So, good day. I'm gonna report about budgeting and financial. So, budget preparation to the roadmap to revenue. Budgeting in the rooms division helps hotel plan income and control expenses to achieve operational success. So, budget preparation means planning how a hotel will earn money and how it will spend it. So, it helps managers organize the hotel finances and make sure that operation runs smoothly. And budgeting is not only about calculating numbers, but also about setting goals and standards so the hotel can operate efficiently and avoid unnecessary costs. So, for example, in J Park, so the J Park prepares a yearly budget for its rooms division. So, the management estimate how much revenue they can earn from room bookings and plans how much they will spend on staff salaries, housekeeping maintenance, and by doing this, the hotel can make sure it has enough resources to serve guests while still making profit. So next is estimating revenues forecasting. So hotel predict revenue by analyzing historical data, market trends, and local events. This helps estimate occupancy rate and average daily rate. So example of revenue forecasting, during big festival or peak tourist season, hotel expect higher occupancy because of high demand. Room rates may increase, which leads to higher revenue. So, estimating revenues means predicting how much money the hotel will earn from room sales. So the rooms division uses past record of coming events and the recent trends to forecast how many rooms will be occupied and how much guests are willing to pay per night. So this helps managers plan the expected income. So for example, a hotel check its record and sees that during the Kadayawan Festival in Davao City, occupancy usually reach 95% because many tourists visit during the festival. So the hotel predicts higher demand and increase the average daily rate from 3,000 to 4,200 per night, which more guests and higher rates. So the hotel expect higher revenue during the period. So next is estimating expenses. So there are two expenses are divided into two types. So fixed cost, salary, insurance, lease payment. So fixed costs are expense that remain the same whether the hotel has many guests or only a few. So these costs still be paid even if the hotel has low occupancy. So for example, kung ang hotel pays 120,000 monthly for front office staff. So the salary and the salary for the building insurance is 40,000. So even if only two rooms are occupied, so the hotel still pays this amount. So next, second is variable cost, cleaning supplies, guest amenities, and laundry. So variable costs change depending on how many rooms are occupied. The more guests the hotel has, the higher this cost will be because more supplies and service are needed. So, for example, if only 30 rooms are occupied, so the housekeeping department uses fewer toiletries, towels, and laundry service. So, but if 90 kabuk room are occupied, so the hotel needs more shampoo, sabon, tolya, laundry service, which increase the expenses. So, next is allocating resources, zero-based budgeting. Every expense must be justified before it is approved. Hotel allocate more staff and supplies during peak season and reduce spending during off season. So, excuse me. Allocating resources means deciding where how money will be spent with zero-based budgeting. So, every expense must be justified from the beginning instead of simply copying last year's budget. So, this helps the hotel avoid unnecessary spending. So, for example, during peak tourist season, a hotel may schedule more housekeeping staff and purchase additional cleaning supplies because many rooms will be occupied. However, during the off-season, when fewer guests stay in the hotel, reduce staff schedule and limit supply purchase and cost to control costs. So that's all. Thank you.
So good day everyone. I'm going to discuss about the financial analysis measuring the success of the hotel. So what is the financial analysis? It is understanding the financial performance in hotel operations using profit margins and key performance indicators. So why financial analysis matters in the organization? So it helps the company to determine if the hotel is meeting its financial goals and compare to the actual performance with the planned budget, because the company have a planned budget before performing the actual budgeting. It identifies the area where the hotel is earning or it's losing money. So now, what is profit margins? The profit margins shows how much profit remains after expenses are paid. Even with a high occupancy, high costs can reduce the profit. Hotel need to balance the revenue and the operating expenses in their organization or in the hotel. So, example of the profit margins. A hotel earned 500,000 in room revenue for the month. The total operating expenses such as staff salaries, utilities, laundry, guest amenities, like something like that, cost 350,000. So if the profit margin shows how much money the hotel keeps after paying all the expenses. If the company has 500,000 revenue and then 350,000 expenses, so the profit margin is 150,000. So even if the hotel has many guests or high occupancy, the profit will be still low if the expenses gonna taas siya, like what I told you earlier. So the hotel must control the cost while increasing revenue. So ari na sa key performance indicators. So what is key performance indicators? Is a revenue per available room, measures how rooms generate revenue, no, and then it shows na unsaon mo pagkuha ang cost per occupied room, and it also it's measured the cost spent for each occupied room, helping control guest related expenses. So what is cost per occupied room? So for example, na kay 60 occupied rooms. If na kay 60 occupied rooms, the total cost for cleaning supplies, laundry, electricity, and gas amenities is 30,000 pesos. So 30,000 pesos, i-divide mo sa occupied room, which is 60. So equals 50. So CPOR shows how much the hotel spent for every occupied room. If the CPOR becomes too high, it means the hotel is spending too much on guest services and operations, which means manager use this KPI to monitor the expenses and to ensure the hotel is operating efficiency. So, just like akong giingon ganina, that KPI help the company to know if they are gaining or they are losing money. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. In continuation of our topic, the third part is the case study analysis. First is the scenario. A mid-sized hotel in Davao City consistently exceeds its budget for cleaning supplies and guest amenities. With that, we identify the problem. First is the lack of portion control. This means that housekeeping staff may be using too many cleaning supplies or giving too many guest amenities in each room. For example, they might use more cleaning chemicals than needed or place extra shampoos, soaps, or lotions in the bathroom even when it's not necessary. Because of this, the hotel uses supplies faster and spend more money than planned. Second is the pilferage or shrinkage. Pilferage or shrinkage happens when supplies go missing from the storage room. Some guest amenities like shampoo, soap, or lotion might be taken out without being recorded or monitored. Since these items are not properly tracked, the hotel loses supplies and has to buy more, which increase expenses. And the third is the inaccurate forecasting. The hotel's budget might be based on the estimate of 60% room occupancy. However, if the hotel is actually operating at 80% occupancy, more rooms are being used and cleaned. This means more cleaning materials and guest amenities are needed because the budget was based on lower occupancy rate. It may appear that the hotel is overspending or even though the demand is simply higher. Thank you, and that is my part. Next will be tackled by the next reporter. Thank you.
Good day everyone, this is Abhishek Faith Pikalinawan and I am here to discuss the corrective actions or recommendations of the first case study of this topic. So, managing a business like a hotel can get expensive if you aren't careful with your supplies. So, here is a simple breakdown on how to save money. So the first corrective action is to implement bar levels. So the goal is only take what you actually need. So imagine you are packing for a 3-day trip and then if you pack 20 outfits, you're carrying way too much extra weight. So bar levels is a system where the staff only gives out the exact amount of supplies like mini shampoos or soaps needed for the number of guests staying that day. So how it works, if there are only 10 guests on the third floor, the staff only takes 10 soaps to that floor, not 50. So it helps because it prevents supplies from getting lost, stolen, or wasted in hallways. So the second corrective actions is the chemical dispensing system. So the goal is to stop glugging the expensive stuff. So when people clean, they often think more soap equals more clean. So they pour too much expensive cleaning liquid into their buckets. So how it works? This is like a soda fountain at a fast food chain or a fast food restaurant. So you push a button and the machine mixes the perfect amount of water with the cleaning chemical. So it helps because it makes sure that the soap lasts much longer and it prevents the floor from getting sticky because someone used too much cleaner. So the last one and the third one and the last one is the staff training and green initiatives. So the goal is to get the team to care about the planet and the budget. So if the staff doesn't know how much things cost, they might not be careful. Training helps them see the big picture. So for the how it works, you teach the team that saving one towel a day adds up to thousands of dollars a year. So you also use green rules like asking guests if they want to reuse their towels instead of getting a fresh one every single morning. So it helps because it saves money on laundry like water and electricity and makes the staff feel like they are helping the environment while they work.
Good day everyone, I am Micaela de la Serna. So I will be discussing the additional case study, which is the low RevPAR or the revenue per available room mystery. So our scenario is a competitor hotel nearby has lower occupancy but higher profit margins than our hotel. So the issue is our hotel is chasing occupancy by dropping rates too low. We are full but our cost per occupied room or CPOR is eating the profit because we have to clean more room for less money. So, the hotel lowers its room prices to make sure all rooms are full. Many guests stay, but the hotel earns less money. The hotel also spends more on cleaning rooms and housekeeping, which increases the cost per occupied room or CPOR. Then, another hotel nearby has fewer guests but charges higher room prices, so they earn more profit. So, next is the solution. So, the solution is to use yield management, which means increasing room prices when many people want to book, like on weekends or during events. Lastly, the impact. So, the impact is lower wear and tear on the building, lower labor costs for housekeeping, and higher net profit despite fewer guests. So, this way, the hotel can earn more money even if there are fewer guests.
Good day, so I will be discussing the interactive class activity, which is the budget tightrope. In this activity, the class is divided into two groups, housekeeping managers and financial controllers. The financial controllers will announce that the hotel needs to reduce its budget by 15% because tourism is low and the hotel is earning less money. Because of this situation, the hotel needs to find ways to lower expenses. The housekeeping managers will then discuss and decide which amenities are important for guests and must be kept, and which ones can be reduced or removed to save money. For example, they will decide whether to keep premium coffee, extra pillows, extra toiletries, or other room amenities. Their goal is to reduce costs but still make sure to remain comfortable and satisfied with the hotel service. This activity helps students understand how hotels manage their budget during slow seasons. It also shows the importance of making smart decisions to reduce cost while still maintaining good service and guest satisfaction. That's all.